So I got this comment that said this: I have a request and a curiosity. There's a thing that Jerry can do where he like shifts through gears of intensity each time the tune rolls around. And if you get what I'm saying, it'd be cool to hear your thoughts on how to lift the energy through a solo. Well, I thought that was a great thing to ask, so let's check out the first gear. So there are a ton of Jerry tactics that he would use to get this effect of lifting the energy up, especially every time he would go through, chord progression. But we're just going to narrow it down to 3. So gear number 1. But before we get into it, I just want to say that there's a student, Michael, who's taken a bunch of my courses, and he said something that really pertains to this. He said that one benefit from Jeff's courses is that he realized that he makes things too complicated. Sometimes it's actually much easier than he thought it was, and that was a real breakthrough. And I'm very guilty of doing that a lot too, of thinking things are super complicated. And over time, I discover like, oh, it was quite easy. And this first gear, we'll call it gear number 1, is an easy one. It's just go up an octave. So I was just messing around with, beat it on down the line. Really just focused on the C major pentatonic. There's so much more you can do, but I was just kind of keep it simple, right? And just kind of playing right around here, right? And then first time through like that, second time through, just brought it up an octave. And really focused on this spot right here. That and bending this note up to here, to the E. So and then so getting used to the same idea, same little area, but in a new spot. Musically the same thing, but a new kind of area on the, I'm saying it out backwards, but making it sound complicated, but you know what I mean. So a great way to do this is just like have an area you're playing, especially more down low to start off with. And then as it goes through, second time around, just bring it up an octave. It's really that easy. But sometimes the easiest stuff is the best stuff, And if you want to get some of these other tactics down, I've got a Jerry 5-day challenge. It's a great way to kind of challenge yourself and get better. I'll put a link to it down below, totally free, but just check out the link to see more about it. But let's check out the second gear. So gear number 2, I'm calling this one Ignition, really getting started here. This one is a little bit different than going through a progression. Totally something that he would do all the time, but my example, I wanted to just show that this is just over just a 1-chord vamp where the band doesn't really build an intensity, because that's obviously a great way to build your intensity in your solos, is if the band is also picking up speed, picking up not just necessarily speed, but the intensity. In this case though, it is all about speed. We're playing a lot faster. So I'm just playing over a C7 chord, right? Just another thing with C, right? But just I'm starting off high and just kind of playing the melody, right? Just teasing that melody, just keeping it real simple. And then at some point start throwing things like that, just speeding it up, playing double time. Jerry would do that all the time. He would just, something like Eyes of the World, he would just all the time, just playing that double time, fast, jazzy thing. So, gear number 1, take it up an octave. Gear number 2, literally just play faster. It seems, again, like a no-brainer, but it's just an easy way to build that intensity. Now let's check out the third gear. this is one that I think is the easiest kind of just tool, a little device to just instantly get the intensity up there. And it is a thing that is commonly called fanning, because it's like you're just going so fast with your hand. It's like you're fanning things down. And he would do that, I was using sugary, right? Which is just B to E for that solo part. And just taking triads, right? So you could do this on, these 3 strings, or you could do it on the top 3 strings, right? So that's all I was doing there. Taking, here's B to E, and then just, making sure you kind of cover your strings. I didn't there, because it can get kind of messy. I like to bring my thumb up, right, to cover that, so you can go as hard as you want and not have it sound, like super sloppy like that. Right, that clearly has got some intensity to it. And then you could do the same thing, not necessarily bring it up an octave, but bring it up to like the next position. So if you know your triads and your versions here, and then here would be B to E here. That's all I was doing. All right, and then if you could go even further, I don't know if I can do that, but all right, whoa. I can barely do that, and he would do this all the time. It's if you've never done this before, never heard him do it, or if you've listened to him enough, you've heard it. But if you weren't aware of it, once you hear it, you can't unhear it. You start hearing how he would do that all the time, and he would very often do it at the end of a solo, sometimes in the middle of a jam, but big way to build intensity. Another good example of it, the music never stopped. It'd be E, E7, A, C. I might do something like that. Things like that. So those are just 3 simple ways that you can just put into your soloing, right away to build intensity. And building solo intensity like this, it's just one part of the magic behind Jerry's improvising. So if you really want to understand how he created the bigger, full jams out of just thin air, check out this video next, the Jerry Garcia Blueprint for Jamming. It breaks down his full approach to jamming so you can start connecting the dots in your own playing.